Pretty dang going good. That's all cleaned up. As you can see, looking damn good. Very gentle with it. Like I said, you can only push this way on this guy. You don't want to be pushing on this thing all crazy. You'll mess it up. Really nice though. Get up in the cracks, nice. That right there is just some type of residue. I don't even know what that is, but it's not coming off of there. It's just some type of wear with the metal, I believe. Either way, this is what I use a lot of times for my throttle bodies. Also, of course, you know, throttle body cleaner and electric cleaner. But what I am going to do while I'm doing it is put back on my... Sorry, got it sitting on there for now. This is my idle control valve gasket. I went ahead and I'm going to use this gasket because basically it is and I can't even get this part if I wanted to, but for now I don't need it necessarily per se. Right here is your idle air control valve. Let me get over here to it, get better access. Let me get this stuff out my way. Okay, so anyway, I've got everything out of here. Don't want anything to fall in these holes, whatever I do for the time being, but I got to get back to there. So wipe that down one more time before I get going. Hang on one sec. I'm gonna show you. Make sure it's nice and clean. I did spray it down with some of that basic you know what what is that stuff called? I forget, but it's like a type of sticky orange stuff, whatever you want to call it. Either way, because it had some type of coating on this old one. Now, of course, you got to match it back up. As you can see, it's got to go on one way. And that'll be that. So, I might want to put it on here first, actually. That way I can tell a little better. Now, the idle control valve does look okay for the most part. Got to go down like this one. So, it's got to go on like this and like this. It's got to go on there. So, anyway, I'll put it on here first. So, that way we got it all lined up good. Now, the gasket, this gasket stuff I use is pretty good. Just that orange type of sealant is what it is. Or copper spray, sorry. It's like an orange bottle. It's like a type of copper type sealant. Now, it would be nice to be able to get another gasket, but you can't find these gaskets anywhere. So we'll use the old one. There you go. And hopefully that'll stay. Wait, like I said, hopefully. Keyword. Dab your finger to touch because I want to be able to push it down so it doesn't slip right off of there. That'd be dumb if it did. It probably will. Either way, carry it right back on there. There comes some more oil coming up out of there. Dumb thing. So we got to go back on like this, like this, like this. Then back on we go. So line it back up and get that idle control valve back on there. Good, nice and good, nice and tight. You want to line everything back up because I can't even replace that control valve if I wanted to. There we go. Give me 1 second so I can adjust this guy. Something tells me something is not right here, but it's got to be right. I'm thinking. Let me see. So all the holes are lined up. Oh, don't want to do that one. So basically that's how it's going to go when it goes on. And we'll go ahead and put this back on there first. So reason being is I don't want to have too many things out of play here. It should want to stick, but daggone it, it's a little bit of oil coming out of there. Give me 1 sec to get these bolts for that guy. I do need to get down. Yeah, which ones are they? That's the question. I don't really know. Hopefully it's these ones. They haven't did a slide again on me? Come on now. Alright, I'm pretty sure these are going to be the idle control valve bolts. If not, I'll have to recheck them, but they look like they are. Last night, if I can remember correctly. Now I can go back and check. I cleaned that out really good. I'm just going to use the old one, put it back on. We got to rock and roll on this guy, so just getting this back into place mainly for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and rock out the rest of it and show you guys how that's done in a second. Make sure these line up good because you want to be able to make sure nothing's in the way of the gasket or anything like that. You know, align the gasket as you go if you do it right. Yeah, these must be the right bolts. They must fit near perfect. So once you got them all good, you'll make the way to get it back on properly and seal. You want that to be a good seal there. So basically, that should be about good to go. Good to go. Alrighty, and you don't want to pinch this in the wrong direction. Because I am doing some other work on here. May have gotten it routed around improperly, so be careful with these wires. Daggone, don't give you much room here. So you kind of bend it out the way slightly. You don't have a ton of room to play with here. Ugh, it's a pain in the butt. think I know what happened with this stupid thing. Oh my god. Really careful with these wires. Last thing I want to do is mess up that air control valve. How it's plugged in. I gotta have to flip this around. This is not gonna let me do it that way. So we're gonna make it happen how it should be. It got rotated around clearly. That needs to be on the top. So we'll go back at it again. Let me show you guys. I'm basically just going to quick overview of a few things, and then I decided to start with this, and now of course this happens. Always something with cars, you know that, right? But get it cleaned out good for the most part. That's the main thing I really wanted to do. So if I can just get this flipped around, I'll be all right. Come on now, out of here. I need you to go. All right, so we need to have more space for my wire. Don't drop the bolt down the hole. Damn it, man. All right, so real careful. That should be near perfect. Stupid location for this thing. I do know that. We just got to go this way. I'll flip it around a couple other times to this direction. There we go. That's got to be the right way. You can tell how much nicer now the wire wants to do. Everything all together should want to do nicer. And go back in place nicer. So that should be good as long as we can get everything back on. Don't get anything down the holes. That's why you should cover them, but I haven't. Really, I don't need to at the time. So. Basically, that needs to go back on and behave itself, but it's not. Trying to, of course. So, there's my crazy girlfriend. She'll come yell at me. Yay. Oh well. Don't get that on there, whatever you do. Alright, anyways, so back on we go. Alrighty, so that probably was okay how I had it, honestly. Start this guy. Once we get him in, we'll be okay. Make sure we don't get out of line. Want that gasket to leak. Go in here. Don't drop these dummies holes, whatever you do. So. Ugh, come on. There you go. Stupid thing. What the heck? No, not lying. Oh, I see what it is. This stupid thing over here is bumping on. Oh, that's catching. Okay, that's all it was. I was catching the edge. You gotta be careful because it was catching over there on the edge is all I was doing. It didn't want to let me adjust it. That's all. All right, so we're back on tight. Gasket, copper gasket maker should be about perfect. So now we'll go ahead and get these plugs out. And then we'll go ahead and get that temp sensor, thermostat, and all that good stuff going too. Here's the way I'm gonna do the plugs, but I got plenty of light. Hopefully can get this done today. Cutting it close again like always, but here, I mean, it's what it is. So. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. These can all go back pretty easily. Out the way for the time being. These are all cleaned up, ready to go. Get down to the axis of these. Got this cleaned off up here. So basically now I'm gonna tighten these, snug them down nice. Make sure that's on there good. That should be set. Then I'll show you real quick a couple other things I had to do. That is going to come in handy here in a sec. I'm going to give him a quick zap with this guy because I don't have time to keep switching up stuff here. All right, what is it, 10? Yeah, it'll work fine. Pop this on here. Give it a little zappy. Good dang zap. All right, boo-boo. And I recommend this really, but y'all can always, use a wrench if you want. I don't need to because I'm barely hitting the gun at all. So remember that, barely hit that gun. If you're using a gun, but really you should hand torque. I'm going to check it later. I'm just giving it a gentle zap down. Okay, now up in here, we got to get them plugs out. Then back here is my PCV valve that's already off. Make sure you get the O-ring up out of here, okay? PCV valve is already off. Make sure it's already off. That's your out-of-air control. If you were to replace it, pretty basic stuff. I didn't replace it, though, because it wasn't bad. PCV valve wasn't even that bad, but I will show you that real quick. You can get a better idea, and I'll pop the one back on, too. See how it goes, and I'm going to have to get ready to do this other stuff right here. That's my clean throttle body, looking like brand new. Oh yeah. This is all the new gaskets on. The new, that's the new gasket. I don't really necessarily like it. It kind of don't fit real good for the, so that's the old gasket for the throttle body, but you can hear it. I mean, that's the old one. It's a new one. Definitely a little bit better. A little bit more sponge. Not great. Like I said, it wasn't real bad, but I want to hit it since I got it. Go and pop it on. So I'm sure how to do that real quick. And then basically, I'm going to have to do a second part, I guess, because I got to get this done all the time on the play. On YouTube today. Let me see if I can get down here and show you where this guy's at. So. Can y'all see a little bit back there, maybe? Anyway, right here is where it comes from. So, right there is where your PCV valve is at. You just take it and you pop it right on in there. And make sure you got the rubber O-ring on, which I do. And this is like a 24, 23, I believe. Really weird size. And really, I don't need it so tight, but I am going to give it a slight little torque down, not much. And then I'm going to throw that guy on that ratchet on here. So, let me just show you this. So, I used a, what was this size? Only one, I used a 15/16. Because I couldn't find the right one size, of course, I couldn't find a 23 when I needed it. And this is a long, too, so it would make things a little easier, I would think. But it was kind of tight to get back here, so like I said, when you're doing this, you might as well get it done. And you got a ways to turn. Once you get this guy in there, just remember that. Don't want it to leak, whatever you do. You accomplish nothing here. All right, make sure when they're good, just snug it up. Like I said, you don't need it real tight. It's very hard to tell if you're tightening and what's going on sometimes. You'll know when it's tight because it'll basically stop turning. There's so much room to still move. It's incredible how this thing really goes. There you go, snugging up. You don't need much. Remember that, guys. So. All right, that should be good. You don't want to crack this plastic. That is pretty tight and ain't going nowhere. Now remember, this is where this hose goes right here. And it was not easy to get off, I will say that. But now, when you're dealing with stuff like this, you have to remember this stuff like this always usually goes to where the motor part is going to be at. Because it's, you know, protecting it from being heated up. So we'll slip that back on for the time being and then pop that little nipple back over there. And that's the PCV valve back on the car. So that's how you do that one. 1 second, let me get that little guy down, and we'll be all set there, good to go. Got up here on my stool. Well, actually, I can't even do it. I can hop in the car and do it right here from the battery tray. Sometimes you got to get up there and do it right on top of the battery tray. We go. Then you slide this guy down, back over top. Real gentle because, like I said, that is plastic. And you need to get it over that little nipple. Little nipple. All right, we are on there good. Looking good there, so we can get this out of the way now too. And we'll go ahead and get these plugs out, guys. Basically, this is looking good, so we're gonna go ahead. Make sure you keep these covered. Get some nice cleaning on this already, so to get in here and get these out of here. Get these spark plugs on this side out real quick. Get my special little spark plug tool for you. I'll show you right quick how to do that. Really quick, and then we get rocking off of here in a sec. All right, so I'm gonna crack them all loose. Got my nice handy dandy little spark plug tool, handy dandy little gadget tool. I love this spark plug tool, by the way. Hopefully it'll work. I've never tried it on this car, so. Got a magnet built in. It's got the adjustable everything else to it. Just enough room. Make sure you're going the right way. And we definitely aren't. So if you want to go off, make sure you're even. You're never going at an angle. Remember that. Very important. Very, very, very important. So, always kind of control it with your hands so you're not at an angle, guys. Whatever you do. Guys and ladies, of course. Sorry. I'm going to take this guy all the way out so you can see it. And plus, I want to see it. Now, always keep your stuff in order, is what I tell people. I didn't unplug anything because I did clean up the boost well. I'm going to go ahead and probably leave them. Made an educated guess on that because they don't look bad. But I used electrical cleaner, cleaned them up. And from there, make an educated guess. Now, the cool part I like about the spark plug tool, and I'm going to show you in 3 seconds, is this. 3 seconds, I'll show you. Once I get it out of here, if I ever do. Jesus, this is long. A lot of threads sometimes, man, guys. It's got a magnet on the end of the tool. So basically, it helped me pull it right on out the hole. Right on out of there, she go come. Make sure you're straight. If you're always straight, you know you ain't gonna get the cross in it. So important on these cars. Man, it's a lot of thread. Tell you that. All right, we got it. You see that? There you go. And they are burnt up pretty good. You see that? You want to keep this in order now. Definitely burn up. But they weren't misfiring. This just needed to be done. So that's one. And we're going to make sure we put that out for number 1 so we don't forget it. As you go, too, I always tell people it's very important. 1 second. It's very important here. All right, so we always want to put one back in. Yeah, put that down the hole. We don't want them falling in there, so that is what I mean by always covering up the holes. There's one covered, and there's one out. Remember, keep them in order so you know if you have any issues later what's going on. Same over here. Same over here. Make sure you're in. And then make sure you're lined up. Get a better view, that helps. If you're lined up properly, you don't have any issues there. I'm gonna wood you down a little bit here. I don't know if I can. You're in my way, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry to say. All right, here you go. So you can see I'm in there. And the same thing. Keep everything balanced. And out we go. Really, you probably could have another extension if you need it, but, you know, the less wobble, the better for me. Because of my ratchet I'm using, I don't really need it. See how my ratchet works? Kind of a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of hand do it. Once you get it loose, you can almost don't even got to keep it on the ratchet. You can take it right off and then do it by hand, really. Now that it's loose, it should don't twist by hand. The rest of the way out. Now, if you don't have this tool, use a regular 5/8 inch socket, and with the magnet you can pull them right on out, or a piece of 5/8 inch hosing usually works fine. And this is let's see how, yeah, it even says PCV valve up here if you look, so it does help a little bit. There you go. That's another plug. Definitely a little bit of deposits and burn up, but there you go. It's another hole done. Now, same thing over here. Fill it in. Don't want stuff falling down the holes. That's whatever we do. All right, number 2 out. Keep that in line. Back to front. Back to front. Back to front. All right, down to the first one now. Get it in, and you can get yourself a nice spot. Don't give me another extension this time, though, because I don't like how I'm doing. That's kind of risky business. Risky business. So we'll go ahead and get it in place. Yeah, we'll add another extension. We should have probably done it to begin with, but didn't have to. This makes it a little bit easier. You definitely need it back there for the other guy in the back over there. I didn't know that already. So, the main thing is keeping this still. If you can see, I've got my hand. You want that flat turn hole. If you can get it going on your own, so you can kind of just make it happen like this. Spark plug in my way. Dang on it. Stop it. Same here. Once you get it moving, you can go ahead and just take it out with hand. By hand. And the magnet will help pull it out. That's why I like a magnet. Yeah, really, you should probably put that other extension on. That works a lot better. But then I'm just rushing. I'm just going to show you how these come out. And what I'm going to do is basically try to show, let you see me putting it back together when I get time to do that. And goes another one. So basically, there's a hole. I mean, nothing down in it. You got to be careful. So there you go. And down the hole we go to cover. So, and you got 3 on the other side. I'll show you how to do them 3 real quick. And if you line them up, like I said, I'm keeping all mine in order. I should probably switch these because I want to go back to front. That was the back one. Hang on. Mix it up. See, so I said be careful. I almost did mix it up. That's going to be center. So, anyway, I'll leave it like that. We just know that goes in front. We have to do this a little bit differently this time because I ain't getting all dyslexic up here. Oh, well. That's what it is. So let's get the other ones out from back here. Maybe you guys can see that. I don't know. Can you? Maybe. Maybe not. Either way, I'm going to hop these guys out of here real quick. It's going to take long. I should better pop them out pretty quick. I'm going to get these done too. All done. And that's how you want it. All right. Now this is kind of a pain because it is crapping away up here. And I figured it would be. So I'm going to have to go in different angles. That's why I like this little swivel tool here. Definitely gonna help. This is gonna be a tricky one to get here, but if you look what I'm doing, oh wow, pretty perfect. Now, careful because there's hoses in the way. You do not want to get this thing crossed. I'm trying to tell you, this shit is in my way. It was in my way the other day. I knew it may be over here too, and it is. Again, in my way. What I like to do is always, if this starts happening, line it up first, please. Don't drop your ratchet down the hole, but line it up first always. Make sure you're on there, and then figure out how you're gonna get the ratchet on to make it the best to work with. So I'm gonna have to hook mine underneath this hose. Only way to do it, and then we'll get it right on there. Actually, up here will probably be easier because I can tell it looking. Go give me more room like this to do it. So get the ratchet on now, and off we go come with it. So make sure you're level, not crossing, and gently apply the pressure and torque it off. And there goes another one. Okay, y'all see that? Hopefully you can see it. Can't make any promises. So now, of course, while you're in here, you want to check your other stuff. You ain't gonna be up underneath here for a while. Check all your hoses. All right, so we got that guy out, and we need to get this ratchet off here. All right, not one to let go. Of course, wants to fight me like always. Stupid freaking thing! Get off of there. Now you want to attach it right there. Don't, wherever you do, be careful. You don't want to break that porcelain off down. You really have a pain in the day. Or the threads don't come off. So I said you want to make sure it's straight. It's gonna be the hardest one because it's crapping your way up here. But once you get it going, you can tell as you come, it should come out pretty smooth like the other ones did even. And out we go with it. See, you got to push it back slightly on this. Don't let it fall and break or whatever you do. You get it from the bottom, you got it, and there you go. That's the back one over there. So that is number, oh, that one's really wet. Really wet with gas. That's a problem. All right, so we'll put that back over here. Line that up too. All right, so we got what, 2 more to go? Ain't too bad once you figure out the little process here to these guys. Ain't too bad at all, really. So we'll get this out the way now. Down we go. Make sure we're the same way, off position. Or left to loose your righty-tighty if your ratchet don't stay off. Mine does, fortunately. All right, apply light pressure, crack it loose. And before I forget, back hole, plug it up. All right, there you go. You don't want stuff falling in, and I blew this off pretty good, so I'm not too worried about that really, but you never know. Not a good day if that happens. Now, you could always probably take impact to this. I don't ever use impact. No, that's spark plug, never. Trust me. I'm not even gonna tell you a story behind that, but just don't do it. I see people doing that, I'm like, oh my God, you're asking for it. Threads get messed up, crossed. I mean, so many things that can happen. Not saying it will. Never re-put it in with one, ever. I don't even like taking them out for just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. This is not a cheap motor. If you break it, you're gonna regret it. Like I started to pull this crap back. There's a lot of stuff. It is. But check all your hoses while you're in here, mainly. If nothing's ripped. If it is, you've got time to repair it now. You won't have time later. You will regret it if you don't get it done now. It's almost here there. Alright, we got one more down. Here we go. Check this guy out. Definitely needs to be done. So that one's out of there. That is number, I don't know, 500. I'm joking. Alright, one more to go. Remember, down in the hole. Got them, put them in there. Better safe than sorry, right? Alright, last one. And then we pretty much have it from there. So this one, because of how it is going to be kind of a pain. I can tell you that right now. So I'm going to go back off, and I'm going to go at it like this, because it's the best angle, of course. Always find your best angle. Get it in there. And then bring it on off out of there. Keep it straight as you go. Same way. I think when you torque these back down, it's only like maybe 19 inch-pounds, maybe, on a spark plug. Once you fill the crush washer. Could be wrong. I gotta double check this specs. The car's a little different. Once you do the crush washer, though, you apply that. It's a different, whole different, ball game after that. So, probably makes no sense. Like, crush washer, what do you mean there? Well, yeah, if you know what I mean. Once the crush washer on the new spark plugs get compressed, then you go to use inch per pounds is what I like to do. So, either way, regardless, I'm checking out this lower intake over here. I was debating whether or not to do that, but it looks okay. I almost wish I might have did it now, but I'm going to double check the hosing really good while I'm in here, so make sure that's okay. And that's the last one. Fouled out pretty damn good. So that is that one there. I will say that. All right, filling that hole there. We are good to go right there. And let's plug. So you see how that's done. At 3, we got 3. That's my little handy dandy 5/8 extension ratchet, and then just a regular old ratchet. You can see these plugs definitely have seen better life. Now, the way I have it in order is I know everything basically of how it's set up, but it would be from facing this porch. So I want to rotate it around same way, and that way I don't lose track of how I have it. So facing the porch, same way over here. So really wet ones in the back. All right, so just like this, and you should have about the exact same when you go back to do it. Yeah, and that's not too bad. So that's a pretty good idea what you're looking at there. And then I'm gonna do my thermostat now, and she's right down in there. Let me see, got to get the top hose off here. Let's say remove the fan shroud, which I'm debating on that. Might as well. You got a bolt here, and a bolt, I believe there's one over here possibly, but I don't know on this setup on this model exactly. It should separate. And it does right down here, I believe. So anyway, I'm gonna check into that and get this off and get the fan shroud out my way. And I don't think I have to remove it, to tell you the truth. Pretty sure I don't have to. They just tell you that because a lot of people don't have all the tools they need. So I'm not gonna do it. Sorry, I'm covering you up. Bolt here. And I don't think right there on there's thermostat. I'm gonna get that next, and then the temp sensor, that's gonna be that. So everything else looks pretty decent. Let me double check my torque spec on that one 10 millimeter I did just to make sure I'm not too heavy duty with my hand. I did use a gun, like I said. I don't think it did much to it. Very hard, but it's always better to check. All right, basically, let me check that out. Yeah. So, I mean, other than that, everything else should be pretty basic stuff. I think you should be figured out. I'm gonna get the spark plugs back in. I'm just gonna check, like I said, that one torque spec. That's a 12, I believe. Yeah. So, anyway, let me get this done. I'll come back, show you where the temp sensor's at, and wrap this up, probably. Or I'll show you after I get it on. It shouldn't be bad. All right, peace.